King Ray Ray in this bitch. Ha!
Chuck Diesel.
What's good? What's good, homies? It's your man, King Ray Ray, back in the joint again. Represent, man. If y'all can hit me, man, put a one in the chat right quick for me. Things sounding a tad bit low in the joint. Salute to my homie, Brown Hornet 1975. Rooted Dog, what up? Flams, what's good with you, man? Appreciate you being in the joint. P.I. Jackson, what up, PJ? Brown Son, what up, man? King C's, what up, C's? Alpha G, taking over territory for show. DeMarcus, what's good, bro? McRae Francois. It's a gangster name, bro. J Rock, what up, man? Jeffro Babe, I see you. Let's get it, people. Just a few more minutes to slide up in the joint, man. Just a few to do what we do before we actually go in on this particular topic, man. Now, it's weird how I came up with this topic, man. I was in the whip. I was in the whip heading to train some clients, man. And I heard a commercial. And it said, you know, it's talking about this. You know how the lawyer, the voiceover actors sound. This holiday season, enjoy your time with your family. But also, let's keep in mind our brothers who are dealing with a divorce that they didn't want. Think about those men and the stress of dealing with the holidays, but this time they'll be living in someone else's house, away from their children. I said, man, I got to talk about this. You know what I'm saying? It was that commercial, man. It said a couple of more things, but it was that commercial that made me say, hey, man, let me get in here and do something that isn't done very often. It's not often that you hear somebody get in here and talk about giving men some insight. You know, the men who are dealing with that particular issue, giving them some insight on, you know, how to move forward, how to proceed, how to deal with it a little bit better. You know, acting as if I understand, well, not acting, but coming from a perspective of understanding what they're going through and giving them some insight and, you know, a few tips. I've actually, man, did consultations over the past month. I probably did 5 consultations with guys who are currently going through a divorce. And I got a lot of insight as to the amount of turmoil that these guys go through, you know, looking at the prospect of dealing with a divorce in this particular society or Western civilization altogether. And I just wanted to come in here and see if I could motivate some of those guys or some of you guys, if you, any of you men are going through it right now. So let's get it, people, about another minute to get in here, man. You know, I say a lot about, hey, man, you married to, you know, you got to blah, blah. And if you married for the second time, then you this. The bottom line is We can always tell a man what he is. We can always tell a man you're a fool for getting married the second time, but that don't help him now that he's going through a divorce. Last thing a man need to hear when he's going through something like this is "I told you so." And anybody who says "I told you so" is feminine. And we don't deal with one another from a feminine perspective. Brown Horn in 1975. Appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Let's get into this, man. Pure enlightenment. Appreciate it, brother. All right, we see Phoenix, Elijah Cheney, Peter, Alan Work, Double D, DeRay Vicious is in the building. Legacy T, A Falcone, Oscar Jones. Let's get into it, man. So, as you can see from the title, man, today's topic is divorce for Christmas is some men's only gift. And that's a travesty. Because this is what you have to understand about divorce. So next time you come across a man or when somebody you know goes through a divorce, I want you to understand this. After the divorce, they always talk about how life changes for everyone. How life changes for the children. How life changes for life doesn't change for anyone the way it changes for a man after a divorce. You understand what I'm saying? Because he was invested in more ways than anyone else into the marriage. The woman may be able to match him with emotional investment, but the woman cannot match him with the duty investment, responsibility investment, provider investment, desire to provide investment, replacing everything you formerly loved, everything you formerly did with something that has something to do with your family. I heard someone say, man, not long ago, that they used to fish a lot, but they decided to give it up because marrying and having a wife is more important. And I said, well, marrying and having a family is more important. And I said, well, why do you have to give fishing up to have a family? You know what I'm saying? I understand if you want to have a family, fine. But what does that have to do with fishing? If you enjoy fishing, what makes you have to give that up to have a family? Why is having a family something that's adverse to fishing or hunting or doing whatever else you want to do? Why is that? You know what I'm saying? So you have to understand that there are many men who give themselves away into their marriage and they have nothing left. So everything changes for the man because he loses everything. You know, and even if you get joint custody, you lose the family that you wanted. Any man who marries a woman wants a family. Men marry to have a family. Women marry to have a provider. There's a big difference. It's easy to transition and move from provider to provider. It's a lot more difficult to move from a situation and build another family. So here's what we'll do, man. We'll get into this thing. Now, I'm not going to get into a lot of statistical data here, man. I'm not going to get into a lot of empirical evidence or anything. There's only two things I want to say. And these two things come from the APA, the American Psychological Association. 90% of people in Western culture marry by the age 50. So damn near everybody's getting married. This whole thing about marriage rates are down and people aren't getting married, that's a lie. People aren't staying married because 40 to 50% of marriages end in divorce in the United States. And 80 to 90% of those divorces are initiated by women. So men aren't going out there initiating divorce. Men aren't going out there saying, I don't want this family anymore. I don't want my family anymore. Men aren't saying that. Men are having their family stripped from them without having a leg to stand on, without any recourse of action, because that divorce, once it's filed by the woman, there is nothing you can do to stop it from proceeding as a man. There's literally almost nothing you can do. You got to be sitting on some strong paper. And then you got to ask yourself, do you want to throw that type of paper at a situation where a woman wants to rid you of your family? And listen, and the incidence of divorce is even higher for subsequent marriages, for second marriages. We're talking about the 40 to 50%. That's first time marriages. People who get married the second time are more likely to divorce. I was just counseling a brother last week who's on his second divorce, second wife, second divorce. So I'm going to talk to these brothers and any of you brothers who are dealing with that right now. And we're going to talk about some things to help you get past this situation, especially at a rough time like this during the holidays, if you celebrate these holidays. Now, the first thing is this. Don't try to save face and act like things are all good. Don't go around people acting like it. You put on your brave face. Like that's feminine. That's what women do. Put on your brave face, put on your smiling face and smile through it all. And man, you ain't got to do that. You ain't got to go around, man, he and ha ha and man. Just think about this. Think about, you're going through a divorce, you out somewhere. Let's say you still at a family gathering, you out somewhere and she over there acting like everything is great. You hear her over there skinning and grinning and cackling like everything is great. Or, even in the adverse situation, if, you out there, just drinking your whole night away, man, just getting smashed. You know what I'm saying? Just partying hard, man, like it's cool, man. I'm talking about just having a blast when you don't feel that. See, as a man, it's okay, man, to let what you're going through shine through, because you never know who God has to help you through a situation, or somebody you can talk to make you feel a way you didn't feel about the situation before, or view it from a different perspective. You ain't got to keep it suppressed, man. You ain't got to act like, hey, everything gravy with us. To me, that makes no sense. You going around, your family going around her family, y'all going, but I mean, man, no, man, it ain't gravy like that. You got a Christmas party at work, man, you still taking her. Why are you taking her and this woman just filed a divorce against you, man? The first thing you do, in my opinion, man, if a woman files a divorce against you, man, you immediately vacate the premises. Leave the house. Just go ahead and leave. I was counseling another brother, man, and when his wife was ready to divorce him, man, do you know, man, that she made up trumped up charges, man, called the people, man, say he done put his hands on the man, put a bruise on her own body, man. Man, man, they made that man leave his crib. This chick went and got a restraining order against this man from his own crib. He can't even come back to his crib. See, what you got to understand, man, is when a woman files a divorce against you, brother, she don't want you no more. She don't like you no more. She don't love you no more. If she ever did. So you got to get away from your enemy. When a woman files a divorce, she declares you as her enemy. You are no longer someone that she even wants to convince that you're an ally. She don't even want to fake it no more and act like she down for you like that. She is telling you right there and at that point that I don't like you and I don't give a damn what happened to you and your family. Damn you and your family. This is me and these are my children and and this is my money and this is my house. That's her mindset. And this is not a game, brothers. This is no game. While we all sitting around here, man, and think about, man, how we gonna bust a move, man, to grind out this next year, man, and everybody getting their New Year's resolution, man. There are men out here, man, who are thinking about blowing their damn brains out right now tonight because they're going through a divorce. The more festive people are around them, the more they want to blow their brains out. somebody, some man somewhere has killed himself today because of a divorce. You see what I'm saying? And not one man, 10 men. 10 men in the United States have killed themselves today. On average, 10 men will kill themselves on Christmas Day, and 10 more men will kill themselves on New Year's Day because of a divorce. New Year's Eve, Christmas Eve, Thanksgiving, day before Thanksgiving, Valentine's Day. Listen, 10 men in the United States killed themselves on my birthday and your birthday because of a divorce. Every man in here, I want you to think about this. Every man in here right now, there are 10 men who killed themselves in the United States because of a divorce on your birthday every damn year, brother. They did it in 2018. They did it in 2019. They're going to do it in 2020, if not more. But 10 men every day. If you're a man that had a child that was born this year or born in the past couple years, on the day your child was born and that bundle of joy came into your life, guess what? 10 men killed themselves on that day because of a divorce. You understand? In 2020, on election day, 10 men in the United States are going to blow their brains out or kill themselves in some kind of way because of the pain and anguish they feel as a consequence of a divorce. See, we ain't talking about something that men just going through all ho-hum. We talk about something that's destroying men out here. Think about all the men who want to kill themselves and don't. If 10 men kill themselves, there are 100 who want to. So another thing I want you men to do is focus on your own joy and look for a damn therapist if you ain't got one. You need therapy, brother. You need therapy to grasp the concept of losing everything that you've invested your time and energy into over the past 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, maybe even 20 years. You think about a man that's invested himself into a marriage for 15 or 20 years. 15 or 20 years to wake up and get served papers. Somebody just roll up and say, you've been served. And you don't know what it is. You're trying to figure out what you did, man. You opened it up and guess what it is? The woman that filed for a divorce and didn't even tell you she was going to file. Didn't even tell you she wanted a divorce, man. It just sprung up on you like that. It's a whole lot different springing it on you like that than y'all sitting down having a discussion, coming to the conclusion that divorce is best for y'all. She won't even give you that courtesy. I'm talking about won't even give you that courtesy. So focus on your own joy and find you a therapist, man. If you ain't got a therapist, man, find a homie, man, that's always listening to you. Find a spiritual guide. Find somebody, man, because what you need to do, really what you need to do, brother, you need to be able to vent your frustration to somebody who's neutral. Or if you're really in bad shape, somebody that got your side. Somebody that's gonna give you some words of encouragement. Somebody that's gonna help you work through this issue, because it's damn sure an issue, brothers. It's damn sure an issue. When 10 men a day are killing themselves, it's an issue, believe me. And please, man, during this holiday season, man, don't drown your damn sorrows in no liquor, man. Under the guise of celebrating the holidays. Don't get out here, man, drown your troubles in liquor, because I promise you, as soon as you sober up, them problems still gonna be there, and plus you're gonna have a hangover to deal with. Start grasping the concept of sleeping with the enemy. Because for at least a brief period of time, that is exactly what you've been doing. And that's the reality of it, man. Also, man, forget about your spouse and focus on your kids, man. If you got children involved in this, brother, just focus on your children, man. Here's what I want you to do, man. I want you to just observe your children. If you still around your children, man, you're going through a divorce right now, man. I want you to just observe them during this holiday season. I want you to observe them. I want you to interact with them. Don't just treat them like you Santa Claus. You buy them a bunch of stuff, then sit back and watch them enjoy. Why internally you saying ho 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 because you dare not tell them that you bought the stuff. And I want you just to observe them, man. Talk to them. Interact with them. Let them know from your perspective what's going on, what's taking place, and what they can expect from you. They don't need to know what to expect from divorce. They only need to know what to expect from you, their father. They don't give a damn about the divorce. They just want to know what happens now between you and them. So focus on them. Take some of that angst you feel, man, and throw it into being a father, man. Throw it into making sure that this transition goes as smoothly as possible for your children. You can't even worry about the woman no more. She in the driver's seat. She gravy. A woman who files for divorce, man, doesn't have any serious issues with you, man. She ain't got no issues to deal with. She about to come up. Just take time, man, to view your children, man. View them from a different light than you viewed them over all this time. Because what you got to understand is if you still in the house with them right now, it's probably going to be your last time doing this time of year under these circumstances, brother. So enjoy it while you can. And if you're still in the house, man, hey, man, listen, do that. Stay there. Deal with that. But what you got to do also understand is you have to think about this. Don't get drawn into a damn war with this woman. A war of words, a war of wits, a war of lawyers, a war of money. Don't get drawn into no war, man. When a woman files divorce, man, you don't fight her on that. I mean, you might fight on what the split gonna be, but as far as fighting her on that, when a woman takes the time to go legally file a divorce, man, that woman don't want you no more. And so you got to not want her anymore as well. Think about your impending freedom from the confines of a miserable marriage. Think about that. That's your positive motivation. Your impending freedom from the confines of a miserable marriage institution. And think of that as the silver lining in this storm cloud, man. Divorce is a storm for a man. It's a shit storm. But freedom is the silver lining in this emotional storm that you're dealing with, man. See, another thing, man, and I counseled a man who was dealing with this, man, and he was getting drawn back into trying to make amends and fix the broken relationship. But see, this is the problem. Once a woman files divorce, she doesn't want to fix the relationship anymore. She has thrown in the white flag. She's waving the white flag. She's thrown in the towel. She's given up. She's screamed out, no mas, no mas. Roberto Duran out this joint. You are facing your freedom, man. And I know freedom, man, listen, man, impending freedom is threatening to a man who has grown to only identify himself by his roles in his marriage or in his family. Waking up one day, man, facing the world solo, man, is a daunting task. I'll admit that. For a man who's been, it's kind of like as a young man who's been in his family's house the entirety of his life, and then he gets out on his own. Yes, man, yeah, you're driven. You know, you're young. You're kind of foolhardy, which is a good thing when you're young, just getting out there sometimes. But it's intimidating. And I think it's even worse for a man who has gotten settled into his ways, into the ways of being a husband, being a father, being a confidant, you know, being all of the things that you are in a relationship of that dedication magnitude to get out here, back out here in the world, because you got to refigure things out. It's different from learning. When you're learning something for the first time, you're a blank canvas, man. You're just throwing paint on it. When you're trying to relearn something, you're focusing most of the time on the old canvas, trying to just pick pieces out and remember instead of relearning the whole thing. So it's a much more difficult process learning something or trying to remember something that you learned, but you haven't used it so long that you can't recall it. You can't relearn something that you already know. You understand what I'm saying? You can't relearn. That's why NFL players, man, when they listen, NFL players, NBA players, when they mess with your shot or your throwing motion, it's over. When they mess with your shot or your throwing motion, it's over. And there's countless examples of this. You can't wake up one day and say, you know what, I learned female nature. Let me go learn it again. No, because as you're picking up information, it's just going to be either justifying or criticizing what you already know. Another thing is this, man. You got to dream of, imagine, and claim the life you want moving forward. Before you start building that life, you got to build that life in your mind. You got to mentally build that life. And that life does not include a wife and children for you. That's the main thing you have to accept, that moving forward, your life will not consist of that. And this is the reason that men jump right back into marriages when they just fresh off one. It's because they don't understand and accept that their life is going to be without a wife and family, and start detoxing themselves from it. And then when they end up divorced, end up going final, and they still haven't detoxed from it, they looking to marry the next woman as quickly as they possibly can. The majority of men don't know their second wives the way they should when they marry. A lot of times, their first wife, man, y'all might have been together for years before you finally married her. But I'm talking about that second wife, man, you don't know her at all. The second wife come in playing on your energy, playing on your need to be coddled, playing on your need to be relaxed. And I'm gonna tell you, that's why if you're going through a divorce, man, and you're dealing with another woman, which is fine, man, because I mean you could have dealt with another one while you was married. I'm talking about if you're dealing with another woman, never confide in her about what's going on with your divorce. Never confide in her about what's going on with your wife, who's soon to be ex-wife. Never confide in her about that, ever. Never speak to her about it. She shouldn't ever know it. By the time she find out about it, it should be she had done some investigating on her own. She should never find out about the divorce proceedings and how they going. You should never show up in court with her at the divorce proceeding. This is your opportunity to understand, man, that you as a man, you're an individual. It's you against the world. I got nothing to lose. It's me against the world, baby. I'm stuck in the game. Me against the world. That's your theme song. Your theme song is me against the world. D Flemings, appreciate the $3 super chat, brother. You have to understand, man, that your life is what you make it. But you should already know what you want to make it. Man, you should, man, bro, let me tell you something. Every step of my life, I dreamt of where I wanted to be before I got there. I'm not talking about the night before. I'm talking about, man, I had dreams As I'm hustling through one level, man, I have dreams and visions. Well, I have visions rather, not dreams. Old men have dreams, young men have visions. So I have visions, man, and it comes to fruition because I'm grinding toward it. I already see it. I'm grinding toward it. I already see it. You know what I'm saying? P.F. Jackson, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Brother say for BOA's books. Thanks for the wrinkles in the brain, as always. No doubt, brother. I appreciate the super chat. Jay Will, I appreciate the $2 super chat as well, brother. So another thing, man, don't get drawn into, this a back and forth or any type of dialogue with this woman about the divorce. Once it's filed, you let your attorney talk to her attorney, and that's it. You get away from her if you can. If you can, man, if you can afford to, man, the best thing for you to do is get away from her. She wants a divorce, go ahead, man. Let her do her thing, because what you need to see her moving on. So you can detox yourself from that scenario. Once you see her moving on, then you have to look at her as an adulterous wife, because unless the divorce is final, then she's still you have to give her, and the thing is, brother, we're not going to get into the particulars of should a woman be able to file for divorce. We're not going to talk about that in this one, but if you want to equate that to giving a woman a bill of divorcement and sending her out of your house, it's the same thing, man. And another thing is this: if you're in a situation and you see a divorce coming down the pike, go file. A lot of times men see the situation unfolding. They know a divorce is about to come, and they just stay in the situation and let the woman go divorce them. If you know for a fact there's an impending divorce, that a divorce lurks on the horizon, man, get your butt down there and go ahead and file that divorce. A lot of these things could be avoided if men start being more proactive when it comes to their relationships. Don't wait till the woman get fed up and do her thing. If you're a man, so by the time the woman fed up, you've been fed up. Mr. Mogul, man, appreciate the $7 super chat. Brother said, hey, bro, buddy from Canada did that consultation. Thanks again, G. No doubt, brother. Hey, I appreciate that too, man. Appreciate it. You have, like my brother Dark Force just said, he said he filed first. You have to control the energy. In the alpha sphere, we talk about the energy all the time. We don't talk about a lot of other things, because if you control the energy in your life, you'll control everything in your life. Life is about energy. Whoever controls the energy controls the room. Whoever controls the room controls the world. That's the bottom line. Whoever controls the energy controls it all. Why do you think all of the energies that they want to perpetuate, they perpetuate it through the music and the movies? Because it's easier to control someone and manipulate someone when you have them on an emotional high or an emotional low. Nothing puts you on the emotional highs and lows like movies and music. A movie can take you through the gamut of emotion, from sadness to joy to pain, to feeling suffering, to feeling sorry for someone, to feeling anger, to feeling hate for someone. One movie can take you through the gamut of emotions. And whenever I can put you in an emotional space, I can manipulate your entire being through that emotion. As long as I control the energy, I control you. So when a woman goes and divorces you, she controls the energy of this scenario. You feel like a victim. And it's okay to feel like a victim because you've been attacked. Anytime you're attacked, truly attacked, you can feel like a victim, brother. That's what happens. If you get out of your car, man, and about 5 cats draw down on you, man, and say, get up, you're a victim. I'm talking about playing that victim role. We don't play that victim role as men, but if you're being victimized, you're being victimized. Being victimized is just what it is, man. Being attacked is just what it is, man. It don't make you any less of a man to be attacked. We're all attacked. It doesn't make you any less of a man to be victimized. If somebody get the jump on you, you're probably going to be victimized. We don't live in any shame, man, about the reality of our lives. Reality is reality, man. Prodigal Son 75, appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. So don't get drawn into no discussion. Don't get drawn into no war. Don't get drawn into no negative battle with a woman, man. She wants that. Don't get drawn into that. Once a woman files for divorce, you're done. Wipe clean your hands of the situation. Another thing, never let a woman file for divorce and then take the divorce off the table and say, I changed my mind. I want to be with you. No, hell, you don't. No, you don't want to be. You might want to be with somebody, but it ain't me. Sure ain't me. You done went and filed for a divorce. I already got my lawyer on the job. It's too late to go back. I'm not taking you back. Why would I do that? That's crazy to me, man. Don't make a bit of sense. But men do it all the time. And men are happy to take the woman back after she files a divorce. Man, let me tell you something. Taking the woman back after she filed a divorce because she changed her mind about it, man. Man, the woman playing with your emotion, the woman playing with your spirit, the woman playing with your mind. The woman playing with you like you a chump. She throwing a stick out there telling you to go fetch it. You bring back good boy. Give you a Scooby snack. And sure don't get drawn into no war. Man, listen, bro, let me tell you the most damning thing I've ever seen, bro. I saw a man going back and forth with his soon-to-be ex-wife on Facebook. I'm talking about, man, they were going in airing all kind of dirty laundry on one another. And I looked at that and said, man, you know what, brother? You have to wonder how cursed is a man to have to deal with that. You got to be cursed to have to deal with that, man. To be drawn into that, where you are online acting feminine, going back and forth. Women love that online drama. They love the drama going back and forth. That's what they do. That's a part of their female nature. That's part of their character. But when I saw that brother going back and forth and everything she said, he tried to say something more hurtful to the point, man, where they both were talking about each other in such intimate ways, brother, that even I felt uncomfortable. I was like, damn, they're going a little bit too deep here. They're going a little bit too deep. It's crazy out here. Another thing I tell you is this, brothers. Don't allow this holiday season and your outlook on missing it in the future be the reason that you try to reach out to her and get her back. Man, you're at your lowest point if you ask a woman who has filed for a divorce to stay with you. Sorry I left you crying. Since you've been gone, I've been all alone. There you go. You telling her, baby, won't you just stay? And you saying it just like that for a little while. Because if you beg her back, she's only going to stay for a little while. Anytime you beg a woman back, she's only going to stay for a little while. Because she don't want to be there. She might still have a tad bit of emotional attachment to you, but she don't want to be there. I'm telling you, she don't want to be there. She want to be gone. So she going to come back for a little while. And that's just it, man. Kenneth Dobbins, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. You see, we got to keep in mind, man, that filing divorce is an attack on your life, is an attack on your livelihood, is an attack on your fatherhood. It is definitely something that represents a hatred for you. It represents, at the very least, a strong disdain for you. It represents a woman's willingness to do everything in her power to break you down, to break your will, to do things to you that no one who loves you would ever do, man. That no one who even cares for you would ever do. That no one who's even concerned about your well-being would ever do. Women know how divorce breaks men down. I'm going to tell you something. Women know that 10 men a day kill themselves behind a divorce. And they still divorcing men, man, at an 80, 90% clip. This is not a game, brothers. You going back to it, man. Sounding like Miles J. Let's start over. Back to the way things were. Forget about him and I'll forget about her. You sing it. You going back to the woman saying, baby, take me back, please. Please, baby, don't leave me, baby. Don't leave me. Girl, you going that Lenny Williams, man. And I cried myself to sleep. And I listened to my records till I just didn't want to listen to them no more. And then I watched TV until TV went off. And then I called my friend, and my friend told me, Lenny, get over it. And I told my friend, maybe you've never been in love like I've been in love. And then I cried. I cried. That's you, man. You begging a woman back that don't want you. Right now, it's time for you to dig back into the manhood that you suppressed when your ass got married in the first place. You lose 50% of your masculinity when you say I do. Used to be less than that. Used to be 10%. Now in the modern society, with all this 50-50 relationship and all the nuances of femininity and all this female enlightenment and female empowerment, and when you say I do legally, man, you lose 50% of your manhood. Now it's time for you to dig back into that manhood. You got to find it. Become the man you supposed to be, and by digging into yourself, bringing him back out. You suppressed him. You suppressed him. Alan Works, appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Homie said BOA flexing the pipes. Appreciate the super chat, bro. So I look at these things, man, and I say, man, you have to understand. And this is the most important thing, brothers. This is the most important thing. Well, one of the most important things. We're going to get to the absolute most important thing here, man. You got to keep in mind that you got to accept the financial and emotional toll of your freedom. Don't look at it as a woman taking your money. Don't look at it as a woman taking your children. Look at it as you giving the money. Look at it as you giving her the children or whatever custody she gets, 100% custody, 50% custody, joint custody, split custody, whatever custody she gets. If she's the custodial parent, that's what you're paying her to leave, to stop enabling you to cripple your manhood. She's an enabler. She hates your manhood. She's intentionally crippling your manhood. She's allowing you to continue to feed your manhood the drug of submission to a woman, and that's crippling your manhood. Pay whatever you got to pay for your freedom. She's not taking that from you. That's what you paying to be free, man. You in prison, dog. Let's go to every prison in America and tell a man all you got to do is give a woman your children and half of what you got, and you can get out and be free forever. I guarantee you, every man in there, unless there's a man who feels like he got a better chance of survival behind the wall, everybody else coming out of there. Boy, the streets going to be flooded with niggas that's been locked up. I can promise you that. I can promise you that. KG3, appreciate the $5 super chat, bro. Homie say, mine text me, got mad because I sent my daughter pictures to her grandma. I didn't even reply. Constantly, I was like, B, I don't owe you nothing. That is, bro. That is. See, that's the mindset you got to have. Because her goal is to draw you back into this battle of wits, this emotional battle. You're trying to get out of the emotional attachment. You don't want that. And anytime, listen, what you got to understand, brothers, the only emotion is not love. We focus on the love emotion too much. If you are angry at a woman, you are still emotionally tied to her. If you are hurt by a woman, you are still emotionally tied to her. You got to get over all these emotions. Sky Weeds, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Brother said King Ray finally caught up with you. Been a minute. Salute. No doubt, Weeds. Appreciate you being in the joint, man. So until you accept the financial and emotional toll of your freedom, you can't begin to imagine and dream and prepare to build the life that you want. You can't prepare to make your plan of action. I'm talking about put it on paper like you do everything else. You know, we believe in putting things on paper around here. We old school. You can put it in your memo, in your phone and do all that. But what if your phone break? What if you lose your phone? What if somebody steal your phone? What if you lock yourself out your phone? I'm talking about put it on paper and hang it somewhere so you can read it every day, whether you got your phone on you or not. Got a joint I'm gonna do tomorrow for y'all, man, on how to fully embrace, protect, and perpetuate your manhood. So y'all be looking for that one, man. You just got to accept, man, the losses. You're going to take a loss in the divorce, dog. Unless you ain't got nothing. And if you ain't got nothing, you shouldn't have been married in the first place. Man, let me tell you something. No man should have been married in the first place. Not legally. Not here. I don't know about nowhere else in the West, but from the brothers I talked to, you know, I did a consultation with a brother in London, in England, done a consultation with a brother in Canada. You know, I've done some consultation with brothers in other countries, still in Western civilization. Did a consultation with a brother in Mexico. I've done some consultations with some brothers outside of the country, and they all still talk the same thing because the laws are Western laws, not American laws. They're the laws of Western civilization. America just happens to be the crux of Western civilization. When you think of the West, you think of the United States. And that's where we live, so that's what we focus on. Hebrew McHenry, appreciate the $5 super chat, brother. Say, got to make the divorce the best thing that ever happened to you. I appreciate the content. Hey, that's real talk, brother. Appreciate the super chat. You have to make this a bid for freedom. Man, listen, bro, you breaking out of jail. This is a jailbreak. Divorce is a jailbreak for you. Divorce is the warden saying, man, you know what? We're going to let a few people out here now, buddy. We're going to let us a few people on out here, buddy. And just looking at your sheet here, man, you've been ideal, you've been model prisoner here. We want to give you an opportunity to go out there in the world and make some of yourself while you still got some youth on your side there, bud. Now, make us proud. Go on out there. Don't come back to this institution anymore. Because next time I ain't going to be so generous with you there, buddy. Now, I want you to go ahead, get on out there, be your best self. Here's a notepad here, right here. Want you to take some time and write your plans down about what you want to do when you're out there, buddy. I want you to live your life No, don't you come back here. We got a bunk for you, Rump. There's a whole lot of things you can do out there on the streets there, bud. Now you go ahead and get on out of here. First thing bright and early in the morning. You take shit, shave, and a bathe, and we're going to get you on out of here, buddy. Now, you be good and take care now. She is the warden telling you, I'm about to free you. But you've been a prisoner for so long that you're not sure if you want to be free. You damn near want to fight to stay in prison. Why? You damn near want to fight to stay in prison. The gate is right there. You standing at the gate looking back like maybe you want to go back. Man, get on out of there. Leave that institution, brother. I agree, man. Ali was the greatest, man, because of the comeback, 3-time champ. And he also been through a couple of divorces and bounced back. You see what I'm saying? He was the 3-time champ in the ring, but he went through a couple of divorces and bounced back. Kept on being champ, even in spite of divorces. See what I'm saying? You got to look at everything in your life, man, and find the positive energy in it. That's why we focus on the energy. Man, listen, there's positive energy in everything except death. I'm going to be honest with you. I still can't find the positive energy in death. If there's some in it, I guess I know it when I'm dying. On my deathbed, man, when I'm 120 years old, I know it. So, man, listen, never confide in a woman about what's going on with you and another woman. So when you're going through that divorce, man, if you are dealing with another woman, so, listen, bro, I suggest you don't, but some men need that. If you need that woman to be that emotional sponge, man, so you can just dump your troubles into it. Because I'm going to tell you like this. That's why women are receivers. That's why they have their receptacle. That's why they receive you and you deposit in them. You can dump your negative energy into a woman and a woman can process it out because she has a bunch of emotions that she can ravel it up in and then push them out. A woman watch a movie and cry, man, a bunch of emotions come out in that. A bunch of things she was feeling, things she was feeling in life come out in that cry. You see what I'm saying? A woman listen to a certain song, man, to get in her feelings. She shares some tears, man. A bunch of things she has bottled up inside come out in those tears. That I love an overly emotional woman because a lot of things come out in those tears. Now, man, unless she just out of her damn mind, but a lot of things come out in those tears, brothers. And that's why she's made that way. You can dump your troubles into her, man. You know what I'm saying? Have a good time dumping your troubles into her, man. And then her body can process them out. Your body can't. You just keep them held inside. Motherfucker, make you kill yourself. That's why 10 men a day kill themselves after a divorce. Because those men feel alone. Those men don't have anybody to talk to. They don't have a therapist. They don't have a counselor. They don't have a spiritual guy. And they don't have another woman around that they can dump their troubles into. That's why I say every man needs at least 2 women. If you got a main chick, you need to have another chick to dump your troubles into so she can go process them out. You know what I'm saying? That's what the second chick is for. I don't even suggest that men have more than 2. If you want more than 2, fine, but 2 is enough. 2 women is plenty. It's plenty. Anything more is just, I mean, you want more. Either you want more, or you're being a glutton, or you want, it don't really matter. But that's plenty. You understand? And that keeps you from being in this situation that men are in right now, going through these divorces over the holidays, man. And, you know, it keeps you in the right mindset, man. Man, that's crazy, Jay Plump. Bro just killed himself because his old lady cheated on him, man. Man, that you know what, bro? I want y'all to think about emotional attachment. That's why I'm so big on telling you, men, to avoid emotional attachment. You know what I'm saying? I think I may be the first one who's used that term. You know what I'm saying? Be emotionally unavailable or emotionally detached. You know what I'm saying? I mean, is one of the primary things I've harped on, man, from my first upload on this platform. That emotional attachment that makes you kill yourself because a woman did what women do. Think about the level of, it's not even emotional attachment. Think about the level of emotional lack of reason. Man, there's no reason attached to that. There's no understanding. There's no wisdom attached to the concept that you should kill yourself, that you show hurt by a woman cheating on you, that you kill yourself. That means that you didn't have that you would have bet your life. You did bet your life. That's the equivalent of betting your life that a woman gonna be faithful to you. That's what that brother did. He bet his life that a woman would be faithful to him, and when she wasn't faithful to him, he lost the bet. He had to pay with his life. He had to pay with his life because he made that foolish bet. Same thing that happened when a man goes and marry a woman legally in this system. When men talk about legal marriage, man, I don't listen to any man who speaks about legal marriage like it's a good thing. That's a man whose bottom is going to fall out. The bottom going to fall right from under him. He may feel like he's standing on solid ground right now, but the bottom going to fall from under that fool. 80 to 90% of divorces are filed by women. And we're talking about out of 50% of marriages that end in divorce. So there's already a 50-50 chance that your marriage going to end in divorce. And if it ends in divorce, your woman going to be the one to file it. No legal marriage, no legal divorce. We got to keep in mind, man, that this emotional thing that we on, man, and you got cats still out here talking about, man, man should fall in love and you know, you can loving a woman and blah 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 and doing all this. Hey, man, it's cool to love a woman. It's never cool to be in love with a woman. I said now, being in love with a woman makes you a beta male simp mangina. And the only way to reverse that is to hurriedly, expeditiously, as rapidly as possible, extract yourself from that emotional state. A man is in love with a woman when he kills himself because she cheats on him. A man is in love with a woman when he kills her because she cheats on him. A man, you know how many men in prison right now, man, because they killed a woman and the man she was with, and some of these boys, the woman had already broke up with them. Niggas killing their ex-wife and her new man because he can't let go emotionally, man. Manimal, what's good, bro? So, man, you got to keep in mind, brother, that men go through a bunch of crazy things out here. So if you're just joining me, man, today we are talking about divorce for Christmas. It's some men's only gift. And what I'm doing is offering these men my concept of what a healing potion is, what a healing tonic is. So don't try to act like things are all good to save face. Focus on your own joy and look for a therapist if you don't have one, spiritual guide, someone. Don't drown your sorrows in liquor under the guise of simply celebrating the holidays. That's not going to benefit you. It's not even going to mask the pain. You're just going to be so far out your head, you're not going to remember it until you wake up with a hangover, a painful hangover. At that, forget about your spouse and focus on your kids, man. Focus on your children. Make them your focal point. Think about your impending freedom from the confines of a miserable marriage and look at that freedom as the silver lining in this emotional storm that you're going through. Don't get down. Don't get drawn into a war during this time of peace and love. This time of peace and love, man. Don't get drawn into a war. What are you fighting for? If you're fighting a woman in a divorce, brother, you are fighting against your own freedom. Now, yes, should you be really, really keyed in on the particulars of the divorce settlement? Yes, of course. Of course, you should have your demands. I'm talking about fighting to stay in the marriage. You're fighting against your own freedom, bro. Don't get drawn back into the situation trying to make amends and fix things because you caught up in the peace, love, and joy of this holiday season. Dream of, imagine, and claim the life you want moving forward, and make your plan of action and put it on paper so you can start actualizing that thing immediately, because the old thing is over. The sooner you start to build your new life, the less likely you are to be drawn back into your old one. Accept financial and emotional toll of freedom. Accept the fact that you're going to take some losses. You've already taken the emotional loss. Be prepared to take the financial loss, but that's the cost of freedom. And I bet it'll teach you not to ever get yourself locked up intentionally again. And if you're moving forward, if you got another woman in your life while you're handling this, never confide in her about the scenario, because all you're doing is creating the next woman that's going to be equipped to lure you in, because you're going to give her access to everything emotional that you respond to. And before we get to the last thing on this list, man, let me get to this super chat. Confidence, man, appreciate the $5 super chat. He said, Gabe Alf said, as I quote, not in marriage, what is the best way to bring children into the world? Why y'all think y'all got to be married to bring children into the world? Marriage is a Western concept. That shit ain't always been around. Legal marriage is a Western concept. You can just make a woman your wife without marrying her. Stop trying to equate marriage and wife. Wife is an emotional attachment thing. Marriage is a business. That's why there's a contract for marriage. You have to sign a contract to make marriage legal. You have to sign a contract to make business legal. Anything you have to sign a contract to enforce is a business. Everything you sign a contract for has finances involved. And when finances are involved, the exchange of finances, the control of finances, the delivery of finances, the expenditure of finances, it is a business. So once you buy the marriage license, marriage becomes a business at that point. So marriage has nothing to do with having a wife. If you live with a woman right now, y'all under the same roof, in the same bed, or women, if you live with multiple women under the same roof, in the same bed, at least sometime, you may not want them in the bed with you every night, but we ain't gonna get into that. Then those are your wives. Y'all got to stop acting like, man, shacking up is, y'all, that's your wife. If you live like husband and wife, you're husband and wife. Y'all got to stop thinking like women, man, thinking that you got to do things the way women want you to do it. You got to understand that if you were raised by women, brother, you have a different outlook than you should have on life. You have a different outlook than you should have on life. And that's why we stay away from Christian doctrine, because it is very misleading. So the last thing on this list, man, that I want men to understand, and this is a real one right here, man. This is probably the most important thing that I can tell a man to give him, if I had to tell a man one thing that would help him move on from this scenario and detach himself from the negative emotional energy that he's feeling, is forgive yourself for marrying the wrong woman. Forgive yourself for legally marrying the wrong woman. Forgive yourself for legally marrying any woman, but forgive yourself for tying yourself to the wrong woman. Because I can almost guarantee you, there is no man who had a perfect relationship with a woman until he married her. The signs are there. A lot of times, men marry women they know they're not compatible with. They do it. Why? Because it's being forced on them by a Christian religion that they nor their fathers have known. It's been forced on them by a religion that can be traced back to its original origin, and it wasn't that damn long ago. It's being enforced by a religion that embraces feminine energy as equal to masculine energy. And you've been forced to accept that the only way that you can be blessed in a union with a woman is to do it legally through this system. You're told things like obey the laws of the land. But that's the same book that tells you to turn the other cheek. If you're not going to turn the other cheek, why in the hell are you going to be so caught up on obeying the laws of the land? What we're talking about here, man, is looking at a situation and saying everything that I went through in this situation with this woman is because I married her. All of this could have been avoided if I would not have legally married this woman. I would not be at risk of losing 50% of my resources if I had not legally married this woman. I would not be at risk of only maintaining 50% custody of my children, not her children, my children, not her children, my children, my seeds, not hers, as this society would have you believe. And I'm only dealing with that because of my choice to legally marry this woman. I may be on the hook for some child support and some alimony, but I'm only on that because I brought it on myself by legally marrying this woman. Anything that befalls me, whatever the results of this are fine because I brought them on myself and I forgive myself. Forgive yourself. That's one of the first steps that's going to keep you from going back into that situation. Because if you don't forgive yourself, then you're going to sit and you're going to say that you deserve to be in that situation because you made the decision to marry the woman in the first place. So you deserve to be there. You got to keep suffering and being punished for your decision. Well, guess what? You punishing yourself because that ain't how God works. God ain't punishing you, telling you, hey, man, stay in this situation, the wrong situation for you forever. Come on, man. Forgive yourself, brothers, for legally marrying a woman, but especially for legally marrying the wrong woman. D. Flemings, Manimal. Appreciate y'all being in the joint, man. Popping that wrench, man. I see we had a couple of trolly trolls up in here, man. I appreciate you shooting them on out of here, Flam. All the brothers who came through, man, with the super chats, man, I appreciate it. To everybody, man, that subbed on Patreon, man, that subscribed on Patreon, I appreciate that, man. To all the people, man, who have come through, man, and gave me the amazing PayPal donations, man, I appreciate that as well. We're gonna get ready to head on out of here, man. I don't want to make it too long when I'm gonna leave it up. If you haven't subscribed to Patreon, man, go ahead, man. Get ready for this last big drop on Friday, last drop for the month. To everybody that's on Patreon, man, my bad on the discount codes, man, for bookofafroenemy.com, man. When I did the Black Friday sale, man, I killed all the other discounts and forgot to load them back up, man. So none of the discounts have been working, man. That's my bad. It's just one of those things, man, when you're pretty much a one-man show. Sometimes things get by you, man, but I'll take care of that, man, tomorrow. And by in the morning, man, it'll be taken care of. And it's gonna be new codes. And so I shoot everybody their discount code, man. Everyone else, man, I appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody doing their thing, man, coming through with the support, man. And man, let's keep growing this King Ray Ray, man. Let's keep growing the kingdom, man. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna get ready to head on out of here, man. I appreciate everybody being in the joint. Salute to my brothers, the Alpha Sphere. King Ray Ray in this bitch. Ha!
Chuck Diesel. Chuck Diesel. Chuck Diesel.